Welcome to the Horror Basement Interviews,
where Jim Jam,
Johnny,
and Yeti
talk to people from all aspects of the horror community and beyond.
All right, guys, so on today's episode, we have the beautiful and talented Felissa Rose. It's the third...
Hey, how are you?
This is our third annual Felissa Talk. That's what we're calling it, the Felissa Talk.
Felissa Talk.
Hopefully we can continue every year to talk to you.
Because you're busy this year. You was busy last year. Like, you had quite a few films come out last year, correct?
It's been a fun couple of years. Yeah, I mean, I think ever since, like, Victor Crowley, you know, and then I've been working with Entertainment Factory, and we did Camp Twilight and Killer Rose and Garlic and Gunpowder, you know, and just after that there were a bunch of other movies like Ugly Sweater Party and Lilith and Barry the Rom-Com and just some crazy, you know, fun films that are about to be released now.
Yeah, me and Jim Jam, I went out and bought Garlic and Gunpowder at Walmart, and we live tweeted it while we was watching it.
Wait, which one did you say?
Garlic and Gunpowder.
Oh,
yeah, we live tweeted it.
That was a totally and it's funny how the roles I've been playing are so diverse. I mean, they're so insane, you know?
Yeah, I think last time we talked to you, we got you to do the Ma's voice.
Yeah. Because
Ma! I love Ma. She, you know, it's like, I think my favorite is Kathleen from Victor Crowley, but I definitely love Ma. And Ugly Sweater Party, I don't know if you had a chance to watch that, but that's super crazy and chaotic and amazing and silly from the talented Aaron Mento, who wrote and directed it. That was really fun too.
Hey, Yeti. Yeah, there you go. Yeti actually reviewed the Ugly Sweater Party.
Oh my gosh! So what did you think of it?
I loved it, beginning to end. It was fucking
Oh,
awesome.
I'm so glad. It's a wacky little film, huh?
It is. It was a ton of fun. I made everybody watch it, like everybody I hang out with. I take them in.
I apologize to everyone. No, it's crazy. It was a labor of love because it was a whole group of friends, and we went up to this camp site in Idlewild, this area. I think it's north, like 2.5 hours north of LA, and we just actually stayed in the camp, in the cabins, and as I said, Aaron kind of tailor-made all of these roles to each actor. So we just had a blast. It was really, really fun. I'm sure you could tell. Like, we're laughing our asses off.
It totally came through that everybody was just fucking having a great time.
Oh, my God. When we had to do that whole dance number, oh, my God. That was it was insane. We had to have dance rehearsal and everything. It was really fun. So thank you for watching that and supporting it because I love Aaron Mento, and we are collaborating on something super cool and definitely something that will be announced within the next month.
I'm looking forward to that.
Hey, real quick before we go on, we had a friend of the podcast. He actually was on the first interview. His name was Craig. He wanted to say hello, Felissa. So.
Oh, hi, Craig. Aw. Hope he's doing great.
Oh, yeah. He's got his own little thing now, the Half-Assed Horrorcast. He does his own podcast now, which is really cool.
Oh, that's cool. Nice.
But also, one thing, you know, I'm a huge Adam Green and Joe Lynch fan. I listen to the Movie Crypt podcast every Monday. And I actually listen to the Movie Crypt 48-hour marathon. And oh, my God. Y'all brought it back this year. Yes.
To listen to that. Balls.
Oh, my God.
I mean, at least they have an excuse for their insanity. I don't know what my problem was, but I just jumped in, and it's so much fun. I mean, they're definitely, as everyone can tell, two of the nicest people on the planet, and especially with that, 48-hour charity. It's incredible. But they're just so much fun to be around. You can't help yourself, but I could hardly talk because I'm laughing half the time. But it was so fun to do that with Joe. And then because they reached the 35,000, I had to come back.
Yeah.
So it was great. It was really great.
And Johnny here, he bought me a 48-hour marathon poster. So he
oh my gosh, that's so cool.
So yeah, it's hanging up on the wall over here, which that was my Christmas present, right?
That was a Christmas present.
That's so wonderful. That's so nice.
I donate to their Patreon, so I get to watch their live, or their, not live video, but their video podcast now. So I like that.
Yeah, they're, again, two of my favorite people in anything they do. I feel the same way. I watch them through Twitter and Instagram, and I'm always amazed by them and what they're doing. In fact, Adam, I'm a huge Impractical Jokers fan as well.
Yeah.
And being that Q was in Victor Crowley, Adam and Q are super, tight. They're really good friends. And he's on the cruise right now. So I love watching the Instagram pictures come up. I'm like, oh my God, he's there.
Oh, yeah. I saw that he was going to play, what was the movie they're going to play?
Oh, Digging Up the Marrow.
Yes, Digging Up the Marrow's playing on the cruise.
Yes.
I wish I was on that
Yep.
cruise.
That would be an awesome cruise to be on.
That cruise must be
The Impractical Jokers are hilarious.
Yes.
Dude, I have to say, I laugh a little bit out loud, with some shows, very rarely. When I watch that show, it's like my family knows it's on because I'm howling. I can't handle them. And I was talking about it actually while I was at dinner just now. I was telling them, I'm like, what's so amazing about the show? It's so organic. I love things that are very truthful, and very authentic. And those guys, you can tell, they're really best friends. They're really messing with each other.
Yeah.
Everything they do is, it, at least to the eye, it doesn't seem scripted other than the pranks, but they just do it. And it's real, and it's fantastic.
It's one of the few shows that I've seen just about every episode, but I've seen them 3 or 4 times.
I know, it doesn't get...
And I still laugh at the same
I'm watching so much, I'm
joke.
doing the same thing. I'm watching.
I laugh at the same stupid joke. The little staring contest where the dude, he just looks over and stares at him. I do that shit to my brother
gosh.
just to fuck with him. Because, we was watching that, and I'll look at him, and he'll start fucking busting out laughing, and he can't help himself. So, yeah, I love that show.
But
I love it. I love today. I watched. They had the grocery carts, and they have to make the person tell the other guy, give them a message, and the person has to keep going between them.
Oh yeah.
So they go from Joe to Q to Joe to Q. Oh my gosh! And this one woman was like, "No," and it was just hysterical. Can't say enough good things about that show. It's really incredible.
But my first time ever getting to interview Adam Green was actually right in front of you at Full Moon Tattoo and Horror Festival 2 years ago.
That's right.
I was so damn nervous. I knew of Adam, and I knew slightly of him, but interviewing him is what made me, I guess, fall in love. Because after that, I started...
Send a boner whenever he talks about him.
So, yeah, I got all the Holliston movies, or the shows. And, but, yeah...
Isn't that a great show?
Oh, yeah, and I can't wait for season 3 to come out. I know it's got to be coming soon, damn it.
Yes, that's right. And Joe and Laura and Dee, they're all so funny, and just that's out of the mind of Adam. Everything he does is just so completely it's just so well done. The production value, the acting, the everything, the writing.
Are we gonna? Will we see Felissa in an episode? Maybe.
God, if they do another one, I will stand in front of his door, for days on end, just begging.
I don't think you'll have to beg Adam too much. I'm sure he'll probably.
I would do anything. When I read the script, for Victor Crowley, and I read the character Kathleen, I was like, "Are you kidding me? This is so funny." I loved everything about it. So I would, it's a dream to work for him, you know, and
Okay,
he's just.
I want to say this, that you have the ultimate fisting scene.
Oh, I'm looking like, thank you.
That'll be the only time you'll ever probably get away with saying that to Felissa Rose.
Right, I know. Well, that's exactly what it is, though. And it's funny because I ask people to walk over to Kane's table when we're at conventions to find out what his favorite kill scene is in the franchise. And just recently at Days of the Dead Atlanta, he said Kathleen from Victor Crowley, and I was like, oh, because, you know, he hasn't given up the first one, you know, so, which I totally understand in the first Hatchet.
Yeah.
But
Is that the one where he tears the face in half?
Yeah, where he tears the face up.
Okay.
Yeah, which is so perfect and amazing. And I love it. I've seen that a million times. But yeah, I'm happy to just be in that family. It's such a great franchise.
Well, speaking of Kane Hodder, we was actually able to host the world premiere of Nashville's Death House, and Kane Hodder was in attendance.
Isn't that crazy when he's there? So cool.
Oh, it was so wild to be watching that movie, and then Kane Hodder over here. I remember that, you know, talking about the movie, and we had
Harrison Smith.
Yeah, we had Harrison Smith.
Harrison.
Yeah, he come on. He come on Skype and did a Skype call before the movie started, and he introduced the movie. But luckily, Ben is good friends with Kane, and Kane happened to be in Nashville that night we was going to do the movie, so we got lucky.
That's so awesome.
But yeah,
and Kane has another great movie coming out called Nice Corp, where he acts. You know, he's just like gives full range, full emotion, a really well developed character, and he's brilliant. So that's going to be tremendous.
So do you know when that comes out?
I don't know when that comes out. They just wrapped a couple of weeks ago, so you know, probably by the end of the year it will come out. But really good movie, great people behind it. Our good friend Chris Jimenez is one of the producers, and he gave me a really nice role in it, and Kane is the star of the movie, so it's going to be super cool.
Sweet. Yeah, well, that's one person we have a hard time trying to get an interview with.
Kane?
He's so busy.
Oh, we have to get you guys together.
Maybe one day.
Work on that. Yes, definitely.
What about the Extremity?
Oh yeah, well that's an Epic Pictures film, and I love Epic, and good friends over there released that movie. And it's funny because I did a day on that with Christina Cleve, Tiffany Shepis, Ricky Dean Logan, and myself, and Michael Rappaport from Greasy Strangler. And we just had a ball working for Anthony DiBlasi, who directed it. It's a great movie. He's wonderful. He's someone to really look for. A really nice man. And as I said, Epic put it out, and it's getting great reviews. So, yeah, definitely check it out. It's a bit extreme.
Uh-oh, Yeti. Yeti, there you go.
Well, then.
Good
yeah,
way
I
to...
think you should check it out. Yeah, very gory. I can't even tell you what I do in it. It again has to do with the penis.
Oh, I think I heard something about this.
You are the mangled.
Oh my God, I'm like the genitalia queen.
Oh yeah,
like
Joe Bob. Forgot about that. Joe Bob.
Oh my God, and then I work for Joe Bob, and I'm the mangled dick expert.
Wow, you just a woman of many
extremities.
Yeah, extremities.
The extremities. Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it.
Wow, but that's something that's awesome. Was that on the newest one that you?
What is that available on Extremity?
You probably have to. I know you can get it from Epic Pictures website.
All right, yeah, that's curious.
But yeah, you were on the newest Joe Bob, wasn't you? The one that just come out.
I was on the the first one, the marathon, and then I was on. I made like a little appearance for the Thanksgiving.
Okay, yeah. Is that where you got the mangled? Where's that?
That's
mangled?
where I became the mangled dick expert, and I'm not going to say anything about the new ones that I'm on. So.
Oh, breaking news. She's on the
Or
new
not. Or not. You know.
Breaking news.
On
We
it,
just
not
broke
on
it.
it.
No,
You know what? He's a dear friend of mine. I love Joe Bob Briggs. When he asked me to
awesome.
do it, I was so super excited. And I knew the moment I stepped onto that set, I whispered in his ear, wow, this is magic. I mean, it was so apparent that what they were filming was just like, you know, Monster Vision. It was the same.
Yeah.
And look at it. He exploded. He broke the internet.
Yeah, we was fortunate enough to interview him before his Christmas special come out.
Yeah.
He had a select number of interviews he's doing, and we fortunately got chosen because Yeti's article that he wrote about him on the first marathon. So he liked it.
That's
So
fantastic.
so he remembered us and is like, yeah, okay.
So yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's so,
Yeah.
that's great.
He's an awesome dude. So fucking cool.
He is an awesome dude.
Yeah.
I feel very lucky that he's a dear friend, and we're actually doing a bunch of conventions together.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think
This year we'll be in so many together. He's like, are you, like, we'll text back and forth. Are you going to be at that one? Are you going to be at Retrovision? Are you going to be at, you know, I think we're going to, maybe we're going to both be, I leave for Canada Thursday for Death by Con. And then I do Shock Stock and I do, Texas Frightmare. I haven't done that one yet.
That one's huge.
Yeah. Well.
As far as
Yeah, I heard that's like the biggest.
It's pretty big.
I'm really excited.
I remember at the Full Moon Festival how excited you was to get to sign, I guess, Victor Crowley merch or.
Yeah, because that's like, you know, that was sort of like the beginning for me with signing all of the Victor Crowley stuff. It's such an honor. Like I'm still like blown away by being a part of that. That particular franchise has great importance to me. When I first came out to LA, it had come out, and I saw it, and I just immediately fell in love with it, like everyone. And it was like the biggest deal, you know, the biggest thing. And everyone was like, Adam Green, and he's the nicest guy. And all I wanted to do was meet Adam Green. So the thought of like working with this particular director was just something that would never happen. And I actually met him at a convention. I met him at Rock and Shock about 3 or 4 years ago, and I was too afraid to go over to his table. And a friend of mine said, he was like across from me, they're like, just go over. And so I walked over and I introduced myself, and then I got so nervous and shy that I left. I ran away. And then he sent me an email about 2 weeks later asking me to be on Scary Sleepover, and I nearly had a heart attack. Like my whole family heard me like screaming and running like in my house. I was like, oh my God. So you can imagine what it was like when he asked me to be in Victor Crowley.
Oh, man.
It was just, you know, one of the greatest moments in my life. So,
you know,
super cool.
I got the DVD of Victor Crowley, and I watched the moment he kind of tricked the people at the convention where he first showed Victor Crowley. They thought they were watching like Hatchet 3 or something.
Yeah, no, they thought they were watching the 10th year anniversary of the original Hatchet.
Okay. Oh, man, this crowd.
And it was at the ArcLight Theater, like a huge theater in Hollywood. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, man, it was like goosebump. Yeah, people just went nuts. And oh, my God. And I think Adam almost broke down, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. I mean, his speech in the beginning is just like one of the most wonderful speeches, and he talks about George Romero being his inspiration and how, you know, Romero told him, like, you have to go and, like, do it. And it was so it was just, like, again, another magical moment. You have these moments where you're just like, whoa. In fact, I just had another one recently in Atlanta at Days of the Dead. I had met many years ago, 13 years ago, I met Greg Nicotero, who I'd always been a huge fan of, another person who I just adore and I'm inspired by, and because he films The Walking Dead, and now the new Creep Show is being filmed. It's a new series on Shudder. He lives in Atlanta, and he walked through, and I was like, oh, I have to say hi. I have to say hi. And they were like, okay, go say hi. So I was just like, hi, Greg Nicotero. I'm Felissa Rose, and I just like love you so much, and I just wanted to say that, and I like ran away. And then he came over and started talking to me, and it was super cool. I was amazed.
Are you going to be in Creep Show?
No, I wish I could tell you that I was, but I mean, you never know. Who knows, right? Crazy things have happened, but I love him, and I had a great conversation with him, and I just think he's one of the greatest people in our genre for sure. I mean, he's one of the greatest talents on the planet. So, I can't wait to see Creep Show.
That man is definitely talented. And,
my God, he's so amazing to be around. Like, you could almost feel his energy is just so. It's like Adam. There's just a certain energy where you're like, whoa. You know how when you went over to Adam, you were like, wow. It's exactly. I had the same goosebumps when I was near Greg. I was, and he knew that I was so nervous. I'm like, and I had some people at my table, and I'm like, guys, bear with me. I'm fangirling out really hard right now. And he's like standing right there. And of course, somebody brings over like a mask and a penis. And, stupid me, I put the penis on, and he's like, all right, Felissa, I'm taking off. I'm like, Greg, look. And he's like, what the hell is going on? It was just like, leave it to me to create, like, insanity.
So hold on, someone had you put on a fake penis to take a picture?
I actually did, because they sell this this mask, and they have a strap-on thing in the box with the mask. I guess they sell something, a little something extra, and and of course stupid me, I think it's so fun, and I had it on, and then I'm saying goodbye to him. I'm like, look. He was just like, oh, wow. That's, you don't see that every day.
No, that's pretty funny right there.
It was fun. It was really funny.
If I remember right, I believe David Howard Thornton was there. Did you get to meet him?
Yes. I love him. I went over to him and I was like, I love you. I love your work. I love the movie. Art the Clown is fantastic. And he was like, oh my God, thank you. And I'm doing a bunch. In fact, he'll be in Canada with myself, Camille Keaton, Tony Moran. A whole bunch of us go to Canada on Thursday. So he's going to be there. David will be there. And I feel like we became fast friends. He's really great.
Oh, yeah. And I think he's probably going to end up having to quit his day job if he's going to be going to all these conventions, which I don't think he's going to have no problem with that, because we interviewed him and he told us that he was a waiter in New York. But I don't know if he's having that issue now, because I believe he's getting booked at all these cons. He probably don't need to worry about a day job for right now.
Yeah, he's working a lot. He's doing the convention circuit, and then I'm sure everyone's going to put him, he'll be working a lot in the genre. So good for him, because he's a super nice person, really talented, Oh, we have the same thing going on.
Yeah. Our dog is Romero. That's our the horror hound.
Romero, I love that.
He's a Chihuahua.
I have three dogs right here. 3 kids, 2 lizards, a husband banging the drums right now. I mean, it's always like.
I remember. Oh, at full moon we was talking. Your daughter kept calling. So.
Oh my God! I remember that. Yes, and I was like, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I know.
Does that happen a lot?
Well, they run my life.
Oh,
I have so many friends who are like, you never come out. In fact, a whole bunch of my girlfriends are out tonight for a girls' night, and I'm like, no. It's always about, hanging with I could do so many conventions that when I am home, I want to, spend time with my family.
That's understandable.
They're first.
Got to be. They're young. You got pretty young kids too, so this is the best moments, because eventually they're not going to want to be around you.
In fact, my son Thomas, who's standing here right now, he just worked with Sid Haig. He played Sid Haig's son
Oh,
in
wow.
Hanukkah. Yeah, and they worked together, and it was really sweet because when I saw Sid at the convention, he was like, "How's Tommy doing?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. Thank you for asking." They had a really nice connection.
Yeah, we just recently got to see Sid at Full Moon last year, and glad to see
Isn't he
he's
great?
going strong still, and and I can't wait for 3 from Hell. It won't come out soon
I
enough,
know.
damn it. And of course, we got to see Bill Moseley in person after the interview, and he's always such a nice guy.
They're
Yeah,
all
Bill's
so
super nice
sweet.
guy.
I mean, look at that, Kane and Sid and Bill and Tony Todd. I mean, they're like they're great. They're all amazing friends and talent.
Oh yeah.
Incredible people.
I wanted to ask, what has been your, I guess maybe favorite moment of 2018?
What was your favorite moment in 2018?
Wow, my favorite moment of 2018 in my career.
Oh, yeah.
Probably playing Rose in Killer Rose. That was the first time I had played that kind of character in like a grindhouse film where I'm like an assassin on the run, and I'd never really walked in those shoes. It was new territory, and we had a phenomenal cast. I loved everything about it. That was really fun. I mean, it was kind of like from April to July was just a whirlwind of excitement. We went from Camp Twilight to Killer Rose, and it was like the same group of people. It was Entertainment Factory. And just doing those 2 movies back to back they were just incredible, like, moments of being on set and enjoying ourselves and making fun movies. So yeah, I'd say doing those 2 films were really the highlight last year.
Awesome. Yeah, hopefully, because Full Moon will not be doing a show this year because they're going to
They're not. Yeah, they were. I saw Ben and Stacy actually in Atlanta.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
They're so wonderful.
Yeah, they said that it was too much to have it during Halloween or whatever
Yeah, I mean, they run
because
a haunt.
they run the slaughterhouse.
Yeah, doing a haunt and a convention, that'd be freaking...
Yeah, so they're going to move it back to spring, so maybe, hopefully they can
how fun.
They can bring back Felissa to Nashville.
Oh my gosh, I could only hope. I loved being there. I love Nashville. That was a great show. I mean, so many wonderful people. Like you said, Adam was there, and in our room it was Kane and Caroline and Sid and.
Oh, that was so awesome because we interviewed.
Dee, Danielle, Tony Moran, everybody. It was so great.
Carolyn, I'm sorry, my blank. Carolyn. We interviewed Carolyn right before we interviewed Adam. And
yeah.
right after we got done with Carolyn, we was over trying to set up with Adam, and Carolyn started singing. And then she throws open her damn jacket like she's flashing everybody, which that was so
She's
funny.
A riot.
And then Kane Hodder was screaming at her, telling her they're trying to do a fucking interview over here.
And that's how we talked. It's so funny because it's like,
Goofing
we're
off.
really a big family, and that's how it is,
Well, you're friends. It's like your actual friends where you just fuck with people.
Well, I'm going to go ahead
Oh, yeah.
I think
it's so fun.
I've told you this before, Felissa, but hell, it's inspired me to wanted to do a movie just to see how y'all's chemistry is together. It inspired me to come up with an idea, because I'm not a writer, for a movie where all y'all would be in it together called Housewives Massacre.
Oh, my gosh, that's great. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're currently
we definitely
writing
love
that
working
right now.
together.
But like I said, just y'all all together, because I know if y'all are all together on set, I'm sure that is just insanity and amazing and probably the funnest experience.
Yeah, we're lucky that we have these conventions. They really bring the family together all the time.
Oh yeah, yeah. Then, like I said, I had to tell you that though. Yeah, that inspired that, and that's still currently being wrote.
I'm so happy for you. That's amazing. And it's so fun when that happens, you know, it's like a light bulb goes off and you're just like, oh, this is what I want to do.
And Yeti is actually one of the screenwriters for that movie, so he's helping with that.
Thank you. I would love to do it. That's great.
Well, if
Would you film it in Nashville?
yes, that's where we want to, and we want Ben and Stacy. They're going to be a part of it too if we can luck up and get that to happen.
How great.
But you know, we're trying. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you need any help, I'd love to help you out.
Well,
My little guys are going crazy.
what'd you say, Yeti?
So that would be fucking awesome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to talk about that. We'll make that happen.
Alrighty, hell yeah. Do you have any? I know you said that you got a big announcement coming up soon, but anything else that you can talk about that you want to?
Let people know.
You know, right now, just I'm working with Vernon Wells on some projects and have some stuff coming out, which I'm pretty active on, like Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. So we have the doc. We're going to be filming a documentary about Sleepaway Camp, a very in-depth doc about, you know, from beginning to end with every single person in all the sequels as well as the original. So I think that's
Even your
be
body double?
Well, we're working on it. That's definitely part of our plan. So Mike Perez is the executive producer and director. He's an amazing friend of mine who has won awards and done many documentaries on a lot of the big horror movies. So he came to me and he's just, you know, he said he'd be really interested in doing it. And I'd love anything that has to do with Sleepaway Camp. I love because the memories are so incredible for me. And it's, you know, it brings me so much happiness to revisit, you know, the cast, the crew, the locations. So I'd love to sort of really put it out there. I mean, I think Shout Factory did an impeccable job with putting it together, but I think we could go even more in depth and explore, you know, the themes, what they mean to us now, the emotion. I think it's going to be a great documentary.
Oh, I love documentaries about these, like, you know.
Oh my God, I'm actually obsessed right now with documentaries. Every night I watch one. I just watched the Foo Fighters doc, De Palma, the Orson Welles. So many great docs out there.
Have you seen the Ted Bundy tapes?
I haven't watched that yet. It's on my list. How is it?
It's definitely worth it. I'd never done a deep dive on Bundy before, and it was really super informative. And it's all, most of it is just from his, the interviews he did with him. So it's like all straight from the horse's mouth, you know.
Wow.
Yeah,
That must be like super scary.
Yeah, it's powerful stuff.
Yeah, that's
Definitely
really
worth a
intense,
watch.
for sure.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because every time I go to my Netflix, it's the first thing that, you know,
Yeah.
pops up. You know, so.
Yes,
I've been on a serial killer documentary kick.
Oh, have you? Yeah, that's definitely. I usually love all the true crime and the serial killers, but I've been on a big like director kick. I was watching S is for Stanley, and it was about Stanley Kubrick, but it was through the eyes of an older gentleman who had been he was from Italy, and then he moved to England, and he was driving Stanley Kubrick around, and then they became really like best friends and collaborators. So that was interesting to hear it through his, you know, his perspective.
That's really cool.
But I just love any kind of documentary I love true stories, you know? And that's what I had done with Greg Nicotero years ago. The way we met, was by having both participated in Going to Pieces, The Rise and Fall of the Slasher Film, which is a great doc about slasher movies. So a lot of people in that.
Check that
Did
out.
you get a chance to watch that?
Yeah,
Cool.
I'd
Cool
like to
doc.
check that out.
Did you get to watch the Crystal Lake Memories, the 6-hour documentary?
Yes.
It breaks down each movie. It
Yep.
is crazy.
I know. I love that.
Oh,
I love when they spend time doing all that. Yeah.
one thing I forgot to mention is we got to do Kane Hodder's documentary.
Oh,
we
To
did
Hell and Back. That's a
yes,
great
we
one.
got to show
Present it.
present it at Full Moon Cineplex. Ben and Stacy. That, oh my God, that's a rough one, a tearjerker right there.
Yeah, it really is. That's
Yeah,
emotional.
Kane went through some shit.
Yeah, yeah, and he's just such an amazing man. I mean, for all that he's gone through and his talent and his heart, I mean, he's just such a great person.
Yes, definitely. Well, we definitely look forward to the movie that's being.
Yes, Knife Corp.
Knife
yes,
Corp,
that's
okay,
gonna be
yeah.
a great one.
Well, I'm gonna reach out to whoever got that, and we're gonna try to get a review up on that one.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Well,
we appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, do you got any more another question or anything before we let her go?
No, I've got nothing, man.
Well, Felissa,
I'll have to come back when I can talk to you about some other stuff on the
Definitely.
horizon.
And if there's ever anything that you want like press for, hit somebody up, and I'll be glad to write up anything you got going on.
Aw, thank you so much. You guys have been the most incredibly supportive and such great friends, and I love how I know we chat through Instagram. Thank you so much. Thanks for being so great.
Oh yeah, that's what we're here for. We'll promote indie horror and and
thanks for being
and
the
awesome
best.
people.
Yeah, and you're such a sweetheart. And
Thank you.
well,
I love you guys. Have a great weekend. Thanks for having me.
you too. You have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Felissa.
you too. Thanks so much.
All right,
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. So that was Felissa Rose. Hope you enjoyed this interview. Yeah, we appreciate her coming on and taking the time out to speak with us.
Yeah,
So hell yeah, she's an awesome person.
What do you think, Yeti?
She was so cool. It's so cool to find out that like she's so prolific. Like I pulled up IMDb before we started, just to make sure, I was kind of fresh or whatever. She's like 97 credits. She's been in almost 100 horror movies, right? But she's still such like a big fan of the genre. I don't know. To me, that's super fucking cool.
Yeah, she's super nice, and she's still but she still fangirls out.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
crazy, like when you think about it.
Yeah, so
Absolute gem.
Yep.
yeah, so that was Felissa Talk 3, and maybe we can get a 4 before a year goes by, when she is able to talk about whatever she's got going on right now. So I guess that's all we got, y'all. We out.
Peace.
Stay spooky. Try not to be an asshole.
Stay spooky, trying to be an asshole.